Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again from their Idiot's Guide to Marathon Training, and today is Friday the 2nd, I believe it's the 2nd, I know it's Friday, yeah, Friday the 2nd, and today was a beautiful day out running. Today is actually a day off for training, but I knew I had a long run set up for tomorrow, and I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. I decided to go to a flea market, so I set up to sell stuff at an outdoor flea market, and I felt pretty good. I'm a late night person, not an early morning riser, so I was definitely not ready to go to bed yet. It was still, I don't know, early enough. Everybody started kind of packing it in for the night, so I headed out. There's a half-mile loop, gravel / dust track around here they race horses on, the horses with the carts, so kart racing, and it's a full half-mile loop. So I went ahead and took off. I always got and run my mile for at least my 1 mile a day streak. Took off and run. I felt pretty good, so I ran a second mile and still felt pretty good. And I thought, you know what the hell? I'm already a couple miles into this. I might as well finish it out. And ended up running my full 7 around the track. The worst part of the whole thing is that my brooks are covered in white dust. They're disgusting. I thought I was going to cry when I saw them. I felt so bad about it. But anyway, they'll hopefully will clean up pretty easy. So I took off running. I was about 3 miles into it. And I had a couple of the vendors giving me a hard time running by and telling me to speed up and so on and so forth. And he convinced his son to go out and race me kind of thing on his bike, and the first couple laps, and I'm like, dude, he's on a bike, that's not a fair race. And then he convinced the kid to get off the bike and try and run with me, which I had like a 12-year-old boy running with me. And I was already 3 miles into the running when he came on, so we ran a few more laps, and we started talking, and I stopped and let him change shoes and stuff, and then made another lap, stopped, let him get a drink of water and different things, took a water bottle with him and that. And I still had 4 miles to go when he joined on at 3 miles in. And I told him that when he first started. I said, I'm going to warn you, I got 4 miles left, which would be 8 laps around this track. And he sounded pretty good. And by the 5th lap, he was sounding not so good. And by the 6th lap, it was pretty bad. And the 7th lap, he gave up and said, this is the last lap. Started the 7th lap. He goes, this is my last lap. I'm not doing it. So I ended up, finished it off without him, which wasn't a big deal. But I invite him to go run with me tomorrow night. Saturday night, I might run either at least my 1 mile for the streak, or I might go ahead and run another 7 for training, but we'll see what happens. I'll be wondering how his legs feel tomorrow, so hopefully he'll swing by my booth and I'll be able to give him a hard time and go from there. So other than that, the run went well. Had a real nice fast pace and stuff. I don't remember exact numbers. I have to look at my Garmin and see. I'm thinking it's like in the 10-something pace, which is faster than it should have been, but it's a super flat track. Just a little bit of banking to it, no hills and nothing. It felt really good, and plus I was making loops around in front of all the people here at the flea market that are not runners. Most people who do flea market booths are definitely not in running shape, so it's kind of interesting having a crowd of people who are not fans of running that watch me run around. So it's kind of a weird feeling, but it felt pretty good at the time. So definitely glad to get my semi-cold shower in. That felt pretty good. Got cleaned up, and now I'm just out here in the van. I'm camping out in my van. I got to set up and resell some more stuff at the vending booth tomorrow. So we'll see how I feel Saturday, if I feel like actually running the 7 miles Saturday, or if I'll put it off and run Sunday night. 'Cause technically it's designed to be run Sunday night. So we'll see what happens. But if you ever get a chance to have somebody else want to go out and run with you, don't try and embarrass them. Don't try and hurt them. Just give them some pointers. I slowed down a little bit. I kind of just encouraged him and stuff, and kept, saying, hey, man, gave him some pointers on how to run. So don't be a jerk. Don't go out and just tear off ass and leave them behind and make fun of them and stuff, because when you first started running, you sucked as well. So definitely this kid had a good, strong heart in him. He was pretty adamant about the fact he was going to run, and I even offered to kind of let him cheat and cut the course in half just to kind of make his dad happy and pick him up at the other side and stuff as I jogged around there and ran around by there, and he could kind of catch in there. And he chose not to cheat, so I felt pretty good about a kid that 12 years old maybe gave me a little hope in humanity that there's a chance for the next generation. So that's all I've got for now. If you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them below, and I'll be happy to answer them for you if I can. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Tie your shoes and hit the door.